So today we will talk about RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam, and we will review the syllabus, previous year questions and question banks. So this will be the first video in our series of videos which I think I'm going to publish about the paper 3, which is General Finance and Management. So this paper is one of the important section part of the phase 2. It has 4 sections in this exam. One is the section A, that is financial system, then financial markets, general topics, management. These are all 4 different sections of this paper. By the way, you should always check the official notification for this syllabus. You should simply not go by this video or any other information available on internet. You should always focus on follow basically, which is published by the RBI in its official notification. Certain things about the financial system, which is the section A or the first part, and this section is basically divided into 6 different parts. And structure and finance, functions of financial institution, functions of Reserve Bank of India, banking system in India, structure and development, financial institutions, SIDB, Exim, NABARD, NHB, NAFED, role of information technology in banking and finance, non-banking system, development in digital payments. So now we will discuss basically each and every subsection of this section A, which is financial system. What to study in the section and what type of questions that can come in from this section. So it's basically kind of a generic section in which you can find questions like what is the role of financial system in an economy, write a note on the structure of financial system in India, what are the major function of any financial institutions. So in last 3 years, one question which was asked, and SIDB, NHB, NABARD, RRB, and Exim. Basically, we were supposed to write a note on that. And these previous year questions are basically memory based, so from internet. So we cannot be 100% sure about their accuracy, but I believe they are accurate. Functions of Reserve Bank of India. It's quite a broad topic, and it covers various things which I believe are important for exam point of view, like major functions of RBI, development functions especially of the Reserve Bank, activities of Reserve Bank in development of payment systems, because payment systems are in news of late, so it's very important. Model of CBDC used in India, you can check out the concept paper, CBDC, which is published by RBI. Benefits of CBDC, because it's a new area where RBI is working, so it's probably important from the exam point of view. And then fintech regulations, you will find a subsection on RBI website, a microsite specifically dedicated section. You can check out that. And RBI's role in development of sustainable and green banking, again a very important area where you will see a lot of things happening in the coming year. However, I could not find any question from these areas in the last 3 years, but still, they you cannot simply discard them. Next section is banking system in India. Now, once you say banking system in India, it becomes a very, very wide topic, and then it tries to bifurcate this topic into structure and development, which again means developments means latest development. It can be from the what is happening around from the general awareness part, and then you have financial institutions, SIDB, Exim, NABARD, NHB, and NAFED, which we had already discussed. So topics which were covered from which you should cover from these areas are like issues with public sector banks. Why do we need development banks? Note on SIDB, Exim, NABARD, NHB. Role of NPCI, because NPCI is again a very, very important institution which is actually taking care of UPI. And then NAPFID, which is again another area which was another organization rather which was set up recently. NABARD, Basel norms and its pillars, basically Basel 1, 2, 3, and then different pillars of Basel norms. Asset classification, again an important area. Priority sector guidelines, another important area. Corporate governance, because of late there has been a lot of talk about the corporate governance in banks. RBI had also issued certain guidelines. You can check out those. Insolvency and bankruptcy guidelines, another area which was used, which was basically under focus because of the NPA issues. Securitization, a kind of a tool used to resolve NPA problem, and then deposit insurance and the ICGC, because again there were certain amendments in the ICGC Act and things actually changed after that. One question which was on Basel norms was asked in 2021. Again, it's a memory based question, so I'm not sure whether it is 100% true or not, but I believe it is true, so you can prepare accordingly. Information technology in banking and finance, another very area which is heavily influenced by current affairs. Now, there are certain points which I have indicated here, which you can prepare. Cybersecurity in banks, various terms related to cybersecurity, role of information technology in financial inclusion and literacy. That is another critical area. Digital banking units, another area which was recently started, and some guidelines were also issued on that. Card on file tokenization, cyber hygiene, role of IT in changing product delivery in banking with examples. Risk associated with IT in banking sector, blockchain and cryptos. All these are basically current affairs which you should prepare, and you would see definitely some questions from this area. This is my understanding. Like last 3 years also there were two questions were asked from this. Pre-sanctioned credit limit at banks through UPI. Another was, will blockchain disrupt banking? So this is some area where you should prepare. Next is non-banking system, another developing area, because over the years this particular non-bank area has grown in a large size, and as compared to banking sector it's growing really fast. Because India is a credit hungry nation, and banks cannot fulfill every kind of demand, so non-banks are basically taking care of that demand. So you can prepare certain topics like various types of NBFCs in India, difference between an NBFC and a bank, new age NBFCs like peer-to-peer account aggregators, scale-based regulations which was issued in the last 2 years, gold loan companies and associated issues, guidelines on digital loans and associated issues, another area on which certain guidelines were issued, share of NBFCs and total credit, which I'm trying to say how NBFCs are taking part in the credit delivery system, housing finance companies and associated issues, their regulation, their supervision. Earlier it was regulated by NHB and also supervised by NHB, but now the supervision is with NHB, whereas the regulation was shifted to RBI. Issues with quick credits, basically digital loans, credit information companies, credit rating companies, or credit rating agencies rather. Latest guidelines on microfinance, because another area where recent development has happened, so you should prepare that. Role of microfinance in inclusion, obvious topic. Issues with microfinance in India, let's say indebtedness and other areas. Alternative investment funds. I could not find any question in the last 3 years, but I think this area is very important and you should prepare all these parts. Um, as you can see, since Corona pandemic, the kind of growth in the digital payments which you had seen is unparalleled. So, this area becomes extremely important from the exam point of view also. You can prepare topics like role of NPCI, UPI, and latest tie-up with other countries, growth trends of UPI, highlights of PSS Act, Payment and Settlement System Act, data storage guidelines, which there was a lot of debate going on about the data storage, local data storage, card on file tokenization, another security area, critical payment systems like RTGS and EFT, Payment Infrastructure Development Fund, Digital Payment Index, Bharat Bill Payment System, and another this area is again heavily influenced by current affairs. Last 3 year questions. One was asked on ONDC, another was like a pre-sanctioned credit limit at banks through UPI. So you may see some question this year also, or maybe in the next year also. You can prepare questions on these tentative topics and prepare for the exam. You can use it also as a question bank. Most questions are easy, topics are easy. You can Google them. You can find associated study material on RBI website, in newspapers, in magazines, and similar sources. I would suggest you to do it every day. Prepare at least one question, one topic every day. Personal version, it's not. It has nothing to do with RBI or any other organization. I put up such information only for your benefit. Use it with discretion. Thank you so much. Share this video. First time I'm saying this. Share, like, subscribe. Thank you.